From my earliest beginnings, or so they tell me, I have been a storyteller and a maker of things, transforming what I know into what I can imagine. It's no wonder that from early on I was drawn to theater. My background in drama schooled me in many artistic disciplines: visual design, choreography, acting, and writing. But after 20-plus years and more than 70 productions in both professional and educational theater, I simply ran out of steam. That's when my work took a dramatic shift into visual art. One morning in 1990, while working on a one-woman play, Hildegard of Bingen, I woke up from a dream with the words, "You need to paint." And so I did. And what emerged from following that year-long intuitive journey of painting and writing the play is a series of 5 large pieces of art that told me my own story. That year changed my life. I like process, and I'm drawn to materials that can be transformed. For that reason, I came to paper. Paper making is a hugely physical process, and it takes time. Time to transform grasses into pulp. Fibers need to be boiled and beaten and then reformed into sheets and pressed. For my paper making, I share studio space at the Southwest School of Art, where I have access to a Holland beater and a hydraulic press. But for my work in wax, I prefer the more intimate, meditative space of my own studio. I began working with encaustic as a medium for adding imagery and color to my canvases sometime around 2002. I love that both these mediums, paper and wax, have century-old histories and by their very nature are organic and renewable. As a former dancer, I like that wax in its molten state incorporates movement as an essential quality in both its application and its essence. I can move with it as I layer and I excavate. My work is often about the ordinary images that momentarily catch our fancy, the way water ripples over rocks in a low-running stream, the way spools of thread line up in Grandma's sewing box, or the way an old chain catches the light. I am intrigued by textures and shapes, all those shapes and textures around me. I usually limit myself to a minimalist color palette, choosing to let the richness of the beeswax and the textures of the paper speak for itself. I often use organic materials such as rust or torch to inform the paper before I apply wax. My work has been described as halfway between sculpture and painting. My themes tend toward the spiritual. My images still arrive in dreams or flashes of intuitive insight, and one of these moments of knowing led me into sculpture. Somehow this three-dimensional arena is hugely familiar because dance is about form in space, and theater incorporates stage and setting and lighting and audience. Sculpture is somehow about all of these. I like that my sculpture can command the stage or sit in a small area and draw the viewer to itself. I have been an instructor at Encosta Camp since its beginning. I came originally just because Trish asked, but I've come back year after year because of the community. I find an affinity here with students who are generous of spirit and open to the challenges of this alluring yet fickle medium. There is also depth and openness among the participants that I don't always find in other venues where I teach. I like that. But best of all, I like that we laugh a lot.